Hey guys, what is up? This is Cody, or xCodeh. How's it going today? Hopefully everybody watching this video is having yourself a snazzy day. Let me know in the comments down below where you're watching the video from, inside or outside of the United States. I always love to know. Imagine I just leave my fingers up the entire video. Today I have a story about one of the times where I saw my friend smoke salvia, and it was hilarious. I have a couple stories about this. The first time I did it, and then another time that was honestly like the best salvia story I have. The dude where he jumped out the window after he punched him in the throat. Listen, that was a funny story, but I think this was the finale of the salvia stories. This was like the end of the trend in my town. There was this period of time where the across the street spot that happened in a ton of my videos, everybody switched over from smoking weed and cigarettes to salvia. They'd go off into these little packs into the woods and just trip out on salvia during the school day. What got me thinking about this story is I was watching this Joe Rogan podcast clip that got put into my recommended. I forgot the guy's name, but he was telling a salvia story of when he took this huge bong rip of salvia, which is 20 times more than I've ever done. I took like baby hits and still tripped. Thought the fucking Wheel of Fortune game show was happening in my buddy's house. This guy took a monster bong rip of it, and he said that he thought he left his body, like completely shut down, not in his body whatsoever. Fucking ego death. He's not himself anymore. He like teleported to another body and lived another life for like 10 years or some crazy amount of time with like a wife, kids, whole different neighborhood, like a whole entire different life. Within the time frame of 15 minutes, it had felt like anywhere from, I don't know, it was like 5 or 10 years of time in this salvia trip. Can you imagine that? What would you, dude, I'd be broken at waking up after that. Like, what the fuck, dude? I'm back. It's only been 15 minutes. All your friends are staring at you like, what the fuck what are you talking about, man? God, I'm so glad nothing like that ever happened. Would you guys want something like that to happen? I don't know, man. Because I feel like it could be either really good or really bad. And no matter how it ends, it's going to be shitty because you're just going to be mind fucked by the time you get back from all that. Anyways, back to the story. Like I said, this was towards the end of the trend of salvia smoking in my town. And my friend was probably like one of the people who did it the most. Dude, he was always trying to push it to the limit. He was the person that was seeking out the 100x salvia, like the strongest shit you could get. It was either like 50x or 100x. I don't know. There's different like X, like different tiers of salvia you can get. I did like the 10 or 20x, the pussy shit. This guy was about the above and beyond. I'm sure if there was 1000x, he would have got it. And I was sitting here trying to remember this part of the story before I started this video. I don't remember that there was a sense of urgency. It was the middle of the day, middle of the school day. I've really rambled on for a couple minutes now. Now the story is starting. Leave a like on the video. Appreciate it. Do it right now. I'm not continuing until you do it. While you're at it, bucko, you better subscribe with the bell on. Thank you. This is a hold up. This video is sponsored by Like the Fucking Video. It was the middle of the school day and I couldn't find my friend, and I had this like sense of urgency. I either was getting a cigarette from him before lunch or something. That it was either that or he had some weed, or like I had some weed and I wanted to smoke with him. There was something along those lines. I couldn't get a hold of him. He wasn't answering his texts. I knew he was at school because I saw him like at the beginning of the day. A couple people told me he'd gone across the street with a couple of friends and he just wasn't answering his phone, and I don't know why I felt a little like something was wrong or something. So I left class, dude. Went across the street, which wasn't a big deal at all, but it was about half and half. Okay, I wanted that cigarette. Okay, also wanted to see if my friend's all right, to be honest. Okay, I remember making it over there, and there was like 1 or 2 people smoking cigs at the stump, and I'm like, dude, have you seen my friends? And they're like, yeah, we saw him walk back there with a group of people like 20 minutes ago. And of course, I'm like, can I bum a bogey? And they're like, no. It was always a no, dude. It was always a no. Most people were just fucking savages out there, man. Those cigarettes were a commodity. So I walk a decent distance down this path. It's just this long bike path that eventually leads to this park. And on the bike path are just trees and basically forest on both sides. And in the forest are like secret little paths that you can go to, like smoking spots that we used to go to all the time. So I figured he was in one of these spots. So I'm walking down there, and it's a lot further than like the normal spots because people would get really sketched to go out there and smoke salvia. They wanted to be like deep in the woods because, dude, the security guard and the security guards would come up in the golf cart over the fucking curb and drive down the path looking for kids. Could you imagine the school security guard catching you while you're tripping on salvia? I'm walking down the path and just blowing this dude. Oh, whoa. Okay, I almost want to leave that in. I'm walking down the path, blowing his phone up, man, trying to get a hold of him. He finally answers the phone, speaking another language. I can't even accurately recreate the noises that are coming out of his mouth. No syllables, but laughing at the same time, little laugh. I immediately knew what he was doing. And I told him, dude, meet me at the path, man, meet me at the path. I don't remember what the urgency was. There was a reason I needed to see him. I think it might have been a cigarette, or it might have been I had some weed I wanted to smoke with him, but he was tripping balls. And I'm like, dude, come to the path. I gotta see if you're all right. The phone call was not productive whatsoever. Like, I don't think he heard me. I'm surprised he even was able to answer the phone. I just keep walking down the path. And then in the distance, I see the very spot that I went to in this video. The cops caught me here vlog, where I went to this across the street spot where I'm talking about, so you can get a good visual if you haven't seen that video. Check it out, card up fucking there. I see him literally stumble out of the woods and fall onto the path and get up really quick. Like he's like scared of something. He's getting up and he's like jumping all around and stuff. I go up to him and I'm like, what's going on, dude? Are you all right? I've been trying to look for you for like an hour. Been blowing up your phone, dude. You're not answering the phone. I'm thinking you're out here fucking eaten by a bear or something. And he's coming down from the salvia, but still tripping, so he can like almost talk to me. He looks at me, he's like, bro, salvia. I'm like, I know you're tripping on salvia. I could tell on the phone. And he's like, what? He's like, I didn't call you. He didn't remember 5 minutes previous to the phone call we just had. At this point, I had never even seen anybody this fucked up before, even when I'd smoked salvia with him previous. And then I get the bright idea. I'm like, all right, dude, let me fuck with him. And it was kind of fucked up because he had this kind of nervous look on his face. Like he was still scared. He was looking down at the ground scared. And then I thought, oh shit, maybe there's something on the ground and it's tripped. So I'm like, dude. Watch out for the hole, man. And he's like grabbing onto my arm like, dude, where's the, like, bro, don't fall, man. Don't fall. There's holes all over the place, man. They're showing up everywhere. I got you, man. I got you. Let's go. And I see a couple other people that he was smoking the salvia with start stumbling out of the woods onto the path. And he's like, dude, the holes, watch out for the holes. And they're like not tripping as hard. They're like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? They're like completely done with the trip. I'm telling you, my friend used to go so hard. I bet he was taking like 4 or 5 hits back to back in one breath, Wiz Khalifa style, and just holding them into his lungs. And he was like attached to my arm the whole way back. It was fucking hilarious. Oh, that was the only time I've ever fucked with someone when they're tripping, bro. I'll never do that again to anybody. I felt so bad, but it was honestly hilarious. If it was anybody else, I wouldn't have. Honestly, I bet he enjoyed the freak out. I have to say in this video, PSA, good guy, xCodeh, dude. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's natural, it's a plant, it probably won't kill you, but you do it, it's like, why did I do that? It's not fun, but it's not like necessarily the worst thing in the world. It can be a nightmare, like a straight up nightmare. Look up videos of people doing this shit. They start drooling. You lose like your ability to be a human being, basically. And maybe to some people watching that sounds like a good thing. It's not a good thing, okay? Stop, please. I'll never recommend you to do anything like that. Check out the other salvia story I have on my channel about the time where we're all sitting in a circle. My friend's next to me, he's tripping, jarring marmalade on a conveyor belt, and then my other friend gets up, punches him in the throat, jumps out the window. Listen, I mean, you really want to do something like that? It's not something to do, man. I don't recommend it. I did it like sort of once, like I took a baby hit once, that was it. I'm never doing it again, never. No interest whatsoever. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Huge thank you to everybody supporting me on Patreon. For $1 or $2 a month, you can support the channel and get access to the secret unlisted videos that I've been making over on Patreon. It's videos where I smoke, answer questions, sometimes go on like little nature hikes and smoke J's and stuff. Check it out if you're interested in that. Link in the description. Huge thank you once again to everybody on screen. Helps me out a ton. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any salvia stories. Man, it really is something else. I feel so bad for the first person to ever Ever figure it out? Just some dude in the caveman days just brewing up some tea, and they're like, oh, I found this new plant. Dry it out, just fucking brew it up into some tea and just blast off. And I honestly don't know when the first let's see, let's look this up, you know, let's making a learning experience with xCodeh. 1993 by Daniel Siebert, an independent ethobotanist based in Malibu, California. But the first recorded print was in 1939 while studying Mazatec shamanism. Dude, when was this Mazatec shamanism going down? Are they still a thing? Dude, they're known for the ritual use of psilocybin mushrooms, morning glory seeds, and Salvia divinorum. I think that's how you say that. There's little information concerning the Mazatec people generally before the arrival of the Spanish, and less concerning of their spiritual practices. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like on the video if you guys did, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Stay high, stay lifted, stay snazzy, and follow my cat on Instagram.